What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosa. You can find me over on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28. That is the one and the only Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, it is E3 week, buddy, and there's a lot going on. We are about to recap the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. But if before we start actually doing that, though, don't forget you can join us live every day over at twitch.tv/theofficialitg. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later over at insidethegame.ca, YouTube, TV, streaming networks around the world, and podcast services around the globe. Scott, dude, first of all, overall impressions of Xbox's and Bethesda's E3 Showcase.
Well, this one, comparatively, we haven't seen all of them yet, so that's important to note. There are still presentations coming down the line, but out of what we've seen so far, and in recent memory even, this Xbox One just kind of slammed it out of the park.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot to cover, so let's get into it, man, because, well, they kicked off hard and heavy with Todd Howard coming out talking about Starfield. Dude, I was not expecting them to open up with A, Todd Howard, and B, Starfield. I thought they might end it with Starfield, but I think coming out with Todd Howard makes a good presence to go, hey, you know what? We are now a part of the Xbox family, and here we are. Here's our newest game. Now, we're not getting it, Scott, until next year.
Yeah, there's I mean, that's not the highlight of the news, but
No.
I think they wanted to address the elephant in the room, kind of. You know, they've talked about Bethesda, the ownership, the exclusivity, and Starfield. They've kind of hinted at it towards the conference. So I guess to get that off of everybody's mind first, so they're not just looking for Starfield. I think that was a calculated move on their part. But yeah, Todd Howard coming out as the first kind of face you see, I think that was some ownership as well.
Absolutely.
Xbox claiming the space.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's going to be Xbox exclusive too. That's the other side of it as well. You're not going to be able to play this anywhere else. That's the big thing. There's a reason why they dropped all that money, Scott.
Yeah, well, I think I said it yesterday even, but we're watching like $500 million being cultivated right now. Like, that's why it was just hit after hit.
Absolutely. That was quickly followed up after a little bit of a showcase there with Stalker 2, Scott. Thoughts on that one?
That one was exciting to me. I hadn't seen anything prior to this. So when I actually saw some of the footage, it looks like you see some gameplay, and more than that, you get the overall feel, the atmosphere, the group of scavengers, and they're all speaking Russian. Everything is Ukraine, Pripyat, the Chernobyl that we've seen in video games before.
Yeah,
it got me with the right emotions, the right feelings.
Not my style.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, it's not for me. It is coming first on Xbox and PC, so later it'll be coming to PlayStation. I'm assuming. I don't see that going to the Switch. And then following that one was Back 4 Blood, Scott. A lot of people pretty hyped for Turtle Rock and their next adventure in the world of games after Evolve not exactly taking off the way a lot of us hope it was going to. I adored that game, but Back 4 Blood. Same. Back 4 Blood is, I think, going to hit a new audience and captivate everybody who was looking for that Left 4 Dead feel.
Yeah, and I wasn't quite aware of the hunger that was out there for another Left 4 Dead. I enjoyed those two games a lot back in the 360 era. You know, in high school, I played a lot of it, but to see something come back that's definitely a spiritual successor, you know, might as well have the name. Actually, at this point,
might as well, right?
But I'm excited for that one. It looks like it's going to be some co-op fun, and they made sure to point out the multiplayer effect where some players can play as the infected or the enemy.
Yes,
they're infected or not, they could play as these giant monsters and fight another team of heroes. And that was one of the most fun modes from Left 4 Dead. So I'm glad to see that survive.
No, it's definitely cool. I know a lot of people are pretty pumped for that one. One that caught my eye but had very little details was Contraband. That one just had this little, here's what's going on. Like, not even really. It's co-op, it's open world, and that's all you get. I was like, okay, wow. That was a short-lived little trailer, Scott. But I was interested, right? That was enough. It was enough to hook me going, ooh, what do we have here? Is it a realistic setting? Please give me a realistic setting with real people. I'm tired of this whole zombie invasion of everything. You know, we saw that little part with the guy underneath, or the person underneath the vehicle, and you thought, oh, like zombie-esque kind of feel, right? And then they had nothing. They had no details whatsoever. It just says open world and co-op.
I thought that guy under the car was blended into the vehicle. I thought there was some sort of
I know,
distortion going on, but no, it wasn't that horrific.
I was just like, crap, man. Like, I definitely want to see more. But what I'm looking forward to next, Scott, because I've been looking for a while, a reason to jump back into Sea of Thieves, man. Sea of Thieves is coming. It is bringing a new story piece, and we're getting Jack Sparrow. Oh, man, I lost it yesterday watching this. I was so excited. It's nice to see them partner up with Disney to bring that family over as well. Now expanding the world of Sea of Thieves and making it absolutely massive. I was looking for a reason to jump back in. I downloaded it, deleted it, downloaded it, deleted it. Dude, instantly last night, I downloaded it again. I'm back in.
Yeah, shortly after the conference had ended, I went downstairs and my roommates were talking about it. Everybody's abuzz with the news because they're all downloading Sea of Thieves. They went on that night to play. And
wow.
The update's not even out yet. So it's definitely inspired a lot of return. And I think I have a crew now to rival my friend Darth Max, or if you see this, you know, the ocean's not big enough for the two of us.
That's awesome. Dude, yeah, I was talking with Nate and Kyle last night, and then Kyle's like, yeah, I want back in too. So this has definitely hooked us. We're coming back. A big pickup, I think, is the world of Yakuza coming around, Scott. Every Yakuza title, if I'm not mistaken, is now going to be on Game Pass. We'll talk about Game Pass at the end because it was literally featured in almost every single game here, but we'll talk about that in a bit here. But Yakuza coming over, I thought was a nice touch. It's not my style. It's always been so quirky and over the top. Is really not for me in the slightest. But what's your thoughts on them picking up Yakuza for Game Pass?
There's several Yakuza games that were on already, but this I think includes all of them now.
Nuts.
The latest being Like a Dragon. So that is now featured on Game Pass. That's the newest one. Kind of brought the whole series up to the forefront. It's been a long time since that. I was asking people around, you know, what is this? Should I get into this? Where should I start? And they all said unanimously, start at the beginning. It is going to be weird.
That's just it, right? It's a little too weird for me. As I said, I was talking with Kyle and Nate last night, and I was talking about the games I play are relatively somewhat grounded, right? That in some like a reality. This one is just so quirky and over the top. It kind of reminds me of Saints Row in a sense.
Actually, that's a good connection. It is like a lot like Saints Row, where it doesn't. It kind of takes itself seriously, but it knows that it's being weird. It absolutely does. It's an anime-based game.
No, for sure. And then we got something that you're super pumped for, and so is Nate and a lot of others. It's Battlefield 6, buddy. Huge reveal yesterday, showing us a lot more than what we saw initially with the little tease. What do you think of the tornado coming in?
That is an element of destruction bigger than anything I've seen in Battlefield, and I think I've seen just about them all. But I'm confused though. Was that 6 or was that 2042?
That's 2042. I'm calling it 6, but it's Battlefield 2042.
Okay, I'm not certain if that went through a rebranding or if this is two different projects now.
No,
I'm a little confused on that.
They're building one for last gen and one for next gen.
Okay.
No, they're not.
The grappling hook, though, addition to this game.
Sure.
I think they're trying to open up the mobility a lot, which is a heavily criticized part of Battlefield. Is everything's a little slow and heavy.
Sure.
So this will be interesting to see how they shake it up. It looks like it's going to be a fast-paced shooter.
Yeah.
And we all know how Battlefield plays, so they've shown us a little bit of the set pieces. I can't wait.
No, that's good. What I can't wait for is 12 Minutes, which is coming August 19th. I was so happy to see that it's coming out so soon. I can't wait. 12 Minutes looks incredible. It's got this top-down puzzle-esque game with William Dafoe as the main character. Like, it's
That's
just
cool. I had forgotten that detail.
I'm so pumped. Like, I've got like, so wait, when we watched yesterday, dude, that's what I was telling you off camera. I have 4 pages of notes here. Like, it's just, there is so much to cover and talk about. But it's the game loop of everything kind of happens in this 12-minute sequence, and you have to, try and prevent your other half from dying, is what I kind of get the essence of what's happening here. And it just looks so cool, so unique, all taking place really in one room, which is just something I've never really seen before. Pretty pumped for that. More quirky stuff, though, Scott, is none other than Double Fine's Psychonauts 2. That one is coming. It is. It's definitely quirky.
Oh yeah, I'm still having to catch up on the first Psychonauts, but I don't think it's quite linear like that. I think I can jump into number 2 and enjoy it. Just
I think you could,
but
yeah,
it's a crazy, wacky, colorful world. I'm into it. I like that.
It's coming on August 25th.
Just around the corner. This summer is well padded out.
Absolutely, and we'll get into their lineup here and overall thoughts at the end of this, Scott. But next up was something that Nate's looking forward to. It's more Fallout. Dude, Fallout. So Pete Hines came out and talked about Bethesda bringing 30 titles now to Game Pass.
Yeah, that's a huge addition.
Oh man, right? From there, he talked about Fallout 76 is getting Steel Rain DLC. That's coming on June 7th. And then in 2022, the Expeditions, The Pit is coming as well. So a lot more Fallout content in the works. So if you're ready for that, then yeah, I think Nate's going to jump back in. He'll be covering the world of Fallout over right inside the game. I've tried it, man. It's just not for me. I've never really been drawn to the Fallout franchise at all. I've tried it, but I can't get hooked into it, man.
Oh, it's one of those RPGs. It actually grabbed me just as hard as an Elder Scrolls title.
Wow.
Not 76 specifically. That one was a huge miss on my radar as far as I'm concerned. But I like that they've stuck to their guns. They're still committing people to this game. They cleaned it up. They absolutely made it 1,000 times better than it was at launch.
Hands down.
I think that's an exemplary story that a lot of devs should take from. I hope to see CD Projekt Red put that much love and affection into Cyberpunk after the fact, because if it makes the same kind of turnaround, that would be a solid title.
I think so, dude. I just don't know if I'll ever go back to that one. But Fallout is out. It's alive and well, and it's never going to be it's going to be one that's going to be on there for a while, and it just seems like they're never going to stop, which is great for the fans of the world of Fallout. Something really weird. We watched this trailer as they revealed it, Scott, and we're like, what is this? Well, it is party animals. That's what it is. It was a quirky, like the ragdoll physics in this game was an instant let's play for us. Like, we're hands down going to be in here doing this one. This one looks like a ton of fun. Definitely quirky, over the top mechanics, and it should be a blast to kind of play and joke around with everybody.
I like this. There's sort of a different kind of theme this year. There is a lot of reality ground-based kind of stuff, but I'm liking the different color palettes, a lot of different art styles.
Yeah,
we're seeing kind of a change in, I think, public popularity. People are into that colorful, kind of wacky world stuff, and I'm happy to see it. It's been a long time.
No, yeah, it's nice to have a change, right? Get away from that gritty hyper-realism that we've seen a lot of. So it's nice to see a little bit more artistic liberty taken here with things like that. And then also things like Somerville as well. This one looks so cool. The art style instantly hooked me. We're not getting this until 2022, but it was one that they showcased. I was like, man, I definitely got to see what else is happening here. This one looks super cool. I like the 2.5D aspect of some of these games that they're kind of building upon and things like that, and it looks like a bit of a survival with I'm not really too sure what else is happening. We didn't get a lot of details, but man, I really enjoyed seeing this one, and I can't wait for more.
Yeah, that 2.5D is definitely a kind of a unique style of game. I guess it's locked as a side scroller. That would be the overall genre. But
yeah,
I saw a few things yesterday that got me excited for that type of game, and that's not my normal thing.
Yeah, I personally love these, so we'll see it. And then, Scott, the biggest title we've all been waiting for has finally been revealed, and not really we got a release window. It was Halo.
Yes, I believe they stated holiday.
Like, seriously, like they've got which doesn't make me all that confident then moving forward that we're even going to get Halo this year. I know they have to nail Halo, and it has to be, in my opinion, it has to come out this year. It really needs to be there for the holiday for Xbox to capitalize on the holiday season. But dude, when you don't put that release date on it, it kind of makes me a little nervous that you're not really, 100% confident in what you're doing right now as far as when you're going to actually release this game.
And well, yeah, and it's very important, not just because it's a Halo game, but you want to support the new console. There's a lot of upscale, a lot of updates and stuff like that to make things better for Series X and S, but it really needs that solid title made for Series X to come out, and it'll be a big deal then. But what did we see? We saw a little bit of the campaign, somewhat of the scale of the world and the different kind of environments, and then they showed quite a lot of multiplayer, and I was really excited to see that because that looks like it's going to be another shake-up to what we're used to in Halo. The addition of a grappling hook seems to be making a lot of games nowadays, but I'm a fan. Either give me a jetpack or give me a grappling hook. That's going to be a good time.
It doesn't look like they've changed the formula too much, right? Like, what isn't broken, then don't fix it kind of thing, right? So just leave it alone and work on what people know and love about Halo. Then that's what they've seemed to have done here. They brought something out that I was a bit of a surprise was with Diablo 2. Resurrected is coming now as well. Again, that was another Nate joint right there. That is not for me. We're gonna jump in after that. Though was what I was shocked to see was a Plague Tale Requiem, which really shocked me. That was nice to see. 2022, so we're not gonna get it this year. What I did see throughout the conference though was everything we're getting this year and next year, and nothing else beyond, right? We don't want to get set up for years ahead. We were able to see what's coming now and next year. I thought that was really well done. That was smart. And a Plague Tale, dude, the next one looks so cool.
Oh, they have to save some news as time goes on, and they can't responsibly blow our minds completely.
No, for sure. And then we got into Slime Rancher 2, Scott. That's a beloved one from a long time ago.
You called that one as soon as we saw a creature. This guy goes, Slime Rancher?
I was just like, it's got it. I don't know. I've never even played it, but I thought, well, it looks like Slime Rancher to me. So
no, that's funny. It's like seeing a rabbit. Like a
right?
Rayman rabbit.
It's got a style.
What that is.
So yeah, no, for sure. And then Shredders was there as well. I thought that looked cool. Atomic
Shredder
Heart, Scott, was one that caught your eye.
Yes, I've been looking for this one actually. I've known of this for maybe 2 or 3 months now. And I've seen a little bit of trailers before, a little bit of work.
Sure.
Nothing nearly as polished as this was. And I've heard it described as a Russian Fallout meets kind of a Russian BioShock. And I mean, I don't want to overhype myself, but I'm pretty excited about this one.
Yeah, I was not my style again, right? A lot of great games here and ones that I can respect what they're going for, but not for me. Agent Howell joins us in chat over at twitch.tv/the official ITG and says, sold. I'm like, that's fair, man. That's, I mean, like, it's there for somebody, right? And I know a lot of people I think are gonna get a good kick out of this because I got the genres that they're going for, but it's just those genres never really spoke to me. But one that did hook me, Scott, was Replaced. This thing looks so cool to me. It has this, and I'm not even a heavy pixelated person. Like, I tend to like that hyper realism or a unique art style, but this pixel-esque feel, man, this thing looks awesome.
This one caught my eye specifically. This is when I said I'm not used to 2.5D kind of games.
Yeah,
this is what I was actually talking about because I'm sold on this one already. Just from what we saw, it looked amazing, and that pixelated style, but applied in a somewhat realistic, like high resolution way.
Yeah,
it's really hard to describe. You have to see it. We have a little bit of a trailer going now, but take a look at the depth of field. There's a foreground, the background.
It's so cool.
It just looks amazing.
It certainly does. One that you're going to get back into, but it looks of things, is Grounded. New DLC on the way for that. Next up was Ascent. Scott, Ascent looks really cool. I'm looking forward to that one. That one's coming in next month. So that was a nice bit of a surprise. Let's keep it going, Scott, because again, man, sometimes our half-hour show is just not long enough. Age of Empires 4 was revealed. That's nice to see. And a lot of people love that genre. I'm definitely curious to get back into it. It's been a long time since I played Age of Empires. Actually, Nate and I think, played the remastered for 3. That was a good time. The Outer Worlds 2, Scott, was a quirky little tease, right? A very brief tease on what we can expect to get out of that one. I think a lot of people are going to be diving into that. Everybody, if you're the Fallout-esque fan, right? This is The Outer Worlds was a fantastic take, and I don't know if a lot of people were really into that one, just because I think they missed it, Scott. I think they missed that one.
Yeah, I think the content just wasn't quite what people had in mind when they first learned about the game. They were expecting more of a Fallout experience, but it's just a little different and a little less serious.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw that icon, the little space dude with the top hat, I knew, like, okay, this is a follow-up. Interesting to see.
Yeah, there we go. Then they announced the Flight Simulator is coming over to Xbox. We knew it was coming. Man, that game looks gorgeous.
It looks like you can check your backyard out from the sky if you want.
Exactly. Another great looking game too. Dude, what I'm looking forward to. I'm not a big racing fan, but this is one of the racing games I have to play every time it launches. Is Forza Horizon 5. Man, so excited for that one. That looks awesome. They're taking it to Mexico this time.
Yeah, the photo scanned different parts. They scan the environment for 24 hours to get the proper lighting and the real heavy detail, and then put that into the game. So there's some technology I don't think we've seen before in this, and it looks like they're making it wide open, like an MMO sort of.
Yeah, it's very cool
and very interesting for me to see. Yeah, I'm curious.
No, for sure. Then Phil Spencer came out and touched on the fact that out of the 30 games they showed us, 27 of them were coming to Game Pass, Scott.
That Game Pass, man. We talked about it a long time ago, and we were thinking, what does this mean? What are they going to do? How can this be financially viable? But they've found a way, and Game Pass reaches actually about 20 million people, I believe, is in and around the number. So it's definitely taken on.
It's hitting huge. And then they follow up with one last thing. Arcane Studios coming out. They have 2 studios. So one was working on the Dishonored stuff. This one here, they're working on Redfall, Scott. A vampire something kind of game. I don't know, but it looked like you guys are all over this one.
Yeah, again, sort of looks like a Left 4 Dead experience. Yeah. Just in the way that you're a co-op team. I don't believe you need to play co-op, but it's instead of zombies, it's like this vampire and cult that surrounds the vampires that you're fighting with. And it looked to be not very serious. It's kind of quirky. Yeah. And I think it's going to fit in well. It seems like a solid one.
No, for sure. Scott, that was a great showcase. I think it was awesome. This has been a great show for ITG Daily. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us once again. Don't forget, you can join us live every day, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, over at twitch.tv/theofficial ITG. If you can't join us live, it's no big deal. Hit us up later over at InsideTheGame.ca, YouTube, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the world. I'm Drew Bosley. That's Scott Savage, and we'll see you inside the game.